Alex Pereira taking on Jiri. Diego Lopes taking on Brian Ortega. And then we have Michael Venom Page taking on Ian Garry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this card is stacked from top to bottom. I'm going to go with, God damn it. I'm going to go with, I will go with, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it is our favorite time of the week. It is final predictions. We got UFC 303, Alex Pereira taking on Jiri. Then we also have in the co-main event, we have Diego Lopes taking on Brian Ortega. And then we have Michael Venom Page taking on Ian Garry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this card is stacked from top to bottom. Obviously, this was supposed to be Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, but Conor McGregor stubbed his toe, and so he would not be able to compete. So who steps in? Potan Chama. A rematch with Jiri. Now, we're going to go back to the main event, but let's go down to Michael Venom Page taking on Ian Garry. Now, I like this matchup. I think MVP is more of a darter across the void. He waits out there. He likes to showboat a lot, and he comes across the void with that beautiful right hand. And also, he likes to kind of let his opponents fall asleep when he's watching them, right? He's always doing all these things, emoting, being flashy, and then when he drops his opponent, he allows him to get back up. We talked about it on the podcast. If you guys haven't watched that, go back and watch that. It was absolutely amazing. Mighty Cast with MVP. And he said when he drops people, he lets him get back up because he believes in his skill set so damn well on his feet. If he drops you, he's gonna drop you again. Now, flip side, Ian Garry, undefeated prospect, very good at managing the void. He likes to use a lot of distance and run just as much as Michael Venom Page does. But the one thing that Ian Garry does is that he does put punches in combinations where he'll go 1-2 and throw a low kick or a low kick and 1-2. He does a lot more combinations to where MVP is typically a one-hitter quitter across the void and he jumps back out. Now, who do I have winning this one? This one's very tough because I haven't seen MVP fight somebody who is just as good as him on the feet and more, not dynamic, but more strategic and traditional. But if I'm gonna have to go in it, I'm gonna go with Michael Venom Page as we had on the Mighty Cast. It is a tough fight. Both these guys can win this fight. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go MVP. I think he has a certain style where he's able to get across the void and hit people. If he can do that, then I think MVP is gonna be able to run around to victory. But if Ian Garry does not flinch, does not bite on any of MVP's feints, and he's able to slip and able to pose his will, which Ian Garry typically does not do. He's not the type of person that comes across the distance, wrestles, puts him in the clinch. So honestly, this is a shootout to see who's gonna be able to land that one shot. So both these guys can win it, but if I had to make a pick, I would go with Michael Venom Page. Okay, now let's go to the co-main event. Diego Lopes taking on Brian Ortega. You have Brian Ortega. He's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of grit, got a great chin, great submissions, great knockouts. He's knocked out Frankie Edgar. He's had amazing fights with Max Holloway and Alex Volkanovski. Now, let's look at the flip side. We have Diego Lopes, another standout athlete, great ground game, very athletic on the feet, throwing combinations. Right now, my gut's telling me that Brian Ortega has the more experience factor going into this fight because he's fought for a world title multiple times. He's fought Alex Volkanovski, he's fought Max Holloway. And when I look at this matchup, I want to say this is a pretty much even matchup just because I feel like Diego Lopes might lack the experience in the competition because he hasn't been at that level yet. So it'll be a good test for Diego Lopes to see if he's ready for that next step. Now, when I look at these guys, I'm not sure. My guts is pretty much split down the middle between both these guys. Both these guys are super good, but what I do like is when I look at PrizePicks, I love what I'm seeing. Alex Pereira, 0.5 significant strikes. Super easy. You pick that square, he does one little calf kick, boom, you win that square. And then all you gotta do is make one more pick. And when I look at it right now, okay, we're gonna talk about what we like in PrizePicks. I like playing the PrizePicks a lot better for this matchup than trying to pick, is Diego gonna win or is Brian Ortega going to win? Right now, in this fight, Diego Lopes, they think the fight's gonna end at 11.5. For me, I feel like Brian Ortega has never been finished, but Brian Ortega has finished. Both these guys are finishers. So I like less on that just because if it goes more, it's going to be all out war. They're going to be hitting each other, and that's right in the middle. So that's a hard one. But if you look at significant strikes, we look at significant strikes, we have 40.5 significant strikes. Once again, these guys are both finishers, but Brian Ortega does take a lot of shots. He likes to come across the void, get in his opponent's face, and take a lot of shots. But if Brian Ortega is able to get Diego Lopes to the ground, then he might not make that 40.5 strikes. So with this one, this one's also hard. I'm gonna go with, God damn it. I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna go with less. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm like with Prize Picks, and you can get into the game as well. All you gotta do is go to your app store, download Prize Picks. Make sure you use my promo code MIGHTY. They'll match up to $100 of your deposit so you can make the right picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we all know it's at the right place. Prize Picks. Now, let's go on to the main event. Alex Pereira taking on Jiri. Now, Alex Pereira, the more I watch him fight, the more I see him spar. And I went back and watched some of his glory kickboxing stuff. The more I watch Alex fight, the more I become a fan because he comes straight forward and he moves on an arc. He's always looking, he's doing everything right. He's always stepping outside of the lead leg. If the guy is a southpaw, if the guy is orthodox, he's gonna start kicking that calf kick and to make you open up and check just to read you. So I always tell people, if you're gonna fight somebody, do not fight them where they are the strongest. The only person I would say in mixed martial arts that I know of who can match Alex on his feet is Izzy Adesanya, because Izzy has a long, extensive kickboxing background, and they've also fought 4 times. Now, when we look at Jiri does have an interesting way how he approaches the fight. He didn't check those leg kicks the first time they fought, and since he didn't check those leg kicks, I hope he's been training checking those leg kicks. And once again, this is a short notice fight. So I know Alex has been sparring because he's been posting all those videos, but the one thing Alex has been doing, he's been sparring a lot of boxers. So we know his hands are gonna be crisp on the feet as they've always been, right? And he's been fighting big boxers, not small guys, bigger people. Now with Jiri, what has he been doing in his off time? Obviously, he's been training. Hope he's been training to check those leg kicks. If Jiri can't get across the void, which is the hardest thing to do against Alex, we're gonna see another knockout by Alex. But if Jiri can get Alex on his back, get on top, mount him, look for submission or ground and pound, then Jiri is gonna win the fight. But once again, Alex, he's getting more comfortable in mixed martial arts. The amount of time he's been in mixed martial arts and how many people he's beat, world champions. He's beat Sean Strickland, he's beat Izzy, Jamal Hill, another world champion, and he's already beat Jiri. I think we're gonna see Alex come on top once again. Potan is gonna remain the champion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know in the comments below, who do you think is gonna win in the main event, co-main event, and the Ian Garry versus Michael Venom Page. Now, make sure you come back here Saturday night as we'll do our live reaction. And then on Monday, we'll also do a void breakdown of the main event between Jiri versus Alex Pereira. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I am your host, Demetrious Johnson. Make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know when we go live, and we'll see you guys at the next one.